everyone, it's me, Jasmine. I got George here behind the camera.
Hey everybody.
And we are back in New York City. We are here to continue our food exploration, and we are going to take you on a culinary journey through the iconic neighborhood of Greenwich. A portion of this video is sponsored by Viator. I'm so excited to be partnering with Viator. I have used Viator for literally every single trip that I've been on in the past 2 years, and it has been amazing. So I can't wait to show you why I love booking with them so much. They have over 300,000 travel experiences that you can choose from. There's also millions of real traveler reviews, which I personally depend on. Like today we booked a food tour. I was reading through those traveler reviews. They said there's a lot of walking, so I got my comfy shoes on. There's also free cancellation up to 24 hours before your travel experience, which is amazing for flexible planning during your travels, which we all know that we need. I've done food tours in Rome, in Venice, in Santorini, in Athens. I've done kayak tours in Cinque Terre. Every single one of these experiences has been so exciting, so fun, an absolute highlight of these trips. I remember them like they were yesterday, and they've been part of like huge milestones for me and George, from getting engaged to wedding planning. Oh, I'm getting emotional. All right, anyway, so today it is 7 a.m. bright and early. It is time to get a New York City bagel. This is part of my own bucket list. This spot has been on my list for a few years now. We are here in Greenwich. It's located in the West Village of Manhattan. It's home to lots of cafes, restaurants, bars, Washington Square Park, which is where we are right now. People are here reading, mingling, selling things, playing chess, literally whatever you can name, they're doing it here. The eyes are restless, but all right, let's go eat. We're here at Brooklyn Bagel as our first stop of the day. Brooklyn Bagel has been on my list for a very long time, at least a few years, and we just never go because George doesn't like bagels, so I'm not gonna waste his time and bring him to go bagel eating. But today I was like, nah, it's happening. We're eating bagels.
And if I'm gonna eat bagels anywhere, it's gonna be somewhere good, that's popular, so.
And in New York. It has to be in New York.
Yeah, the water here is different, is what they say. We'll find out, we'll find out.
Well, I spoke with a chef who like specializes in bagels, and he said it really has nothing to do with the water. It's all about the quality of
I knew it.
It's all about the quality of ingredients, the flours you use, and all that stuff, and your technique. I got my go-to bagel order, which is a blueberry bagel with lox spread. I know, weird combination, but I promise, guys, it's good. And every time I make someone try it, they always love it. They never hate it.
I got something a little bit more normal, I think. I got the everything bagel with the jalapeno Asiago spread.
Sounds amazing.
Although the guy did say that the everything bagel with the scallion spread is like one of the most popular items.
So good. And then I asked him what the most popular egg sandwich is, and he said the Hell's Kitchen. This one's an everything bagel. It's got scrambled eggs, chipotle cream cheese, bacon, and tomato, and it smells divine. Shall we start with
your favorite?
Okay.
They sliced it very unevenly, but I think they knew that like I eat more than you do. So. Cheers.
Cheers. What? Good.
Man, that's.
Isn't it really good?
I've never had anything like it.
Here's my thing. I'm typically like a mostly bagel, a little bit of spread girl. And this has like 5 times more spread than I actually would like. Let me show you how much I actually would like.
This is a ton of spread. That's like crazy.
This is the amount of spread I like on my bagel. There we are.
I don't hate this.
Right? You love it. I'm
not gonna say I love it. I love the blueberry flavor of this bagel. It's actually very good.
It's a very strong blueberry. I'm not actually used to having my blueberry bagels be this purple and taste as blueberry as it does, which usually makes the combination a little less bold. And the lox spread is very delicious. Having had this spot been on my list for many years, I'm not gonna say that it's blowing my mind, but it is a very delicious bagel, and the cream cheese does feel very high quality.
I can tell I would love this on like an everything bagel.
What do you mean?
Did you say something?
Let's try yours, babe.
All right, you are.
Thank you. Do you guys like to eat it like this or like halves? Because I prefer eating it in halves.
I probably would too, but
I'm doing it in halves.
Try it original.
Cheers. Mine's better, but it's like really.
No, so savory.
It's not too spicy. I think if you're afraid of spice, I think you'd be able to handle it.
I'm loving the spread. Super jalapeno forward. Like the flavor of it is very jalapeno-y.
It's good that we're here early because when it comes to the food tour in just like 4-ish hours, we're gonna be eating for, well, 4 hours straight. Well, actually after that we have dinner, so we're gonna actually be eating the rest of the day.
Oh man.
Very good.
I just had a bite of jalapeno.
It's so bright, right? It burst. I know, mine too. So good.
That was amazing.
Actually, when I bit into it, the burst reminded me of when sprinklers go off on the lawn. Okay.
Oh, good.
We need a beverage break. I got some freshly squeezed orange juice. And by freshly squeezed, I mean they had a machine do it, but it is freshly squeezed. You want to go first? Look how bright orange that is.
It's amazing. It tastes like freshly squeezed orange juice. But like, okay, maybe you won't like this as much because it's not super tart.
I know, I love really, really, really sour orange juice.
But I love more like sweet, mellower tasting oranges. Like they're not super sour, they're mostly just sweet.
I like bright and acidic. I mean, this still tastes amazing. But if you gave this to me and it was ice cold, super sour, I would love that.
I love it. I had to stop myself from drinking more.
I know, I saw him chugging and his gulps were so big, his Adam's apple was moving in like 10 speed.
Undulating.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Hell's
look
Kitchen,
at
baby.
this, Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, that's good. It's very good. It's a tiny bit messy for me because I'm such a bad like finger food eater, but so good.
I feel like it could use some greens, a bright spring mix. I think the flavor combination is really delicious. That onion is like pivotal in this flavor combination. However, I do feel like it's a little one note in texture. Sorry for the constant slamming of doors, guys.
I do agree, it is pretty one note. Like the tomatoes very wet, the scrambled eggs are very runny, which like by themselves is a very good thing, but it makes it a little bit hard for me to eat. But flavor-wise, impeccable.
Yes, let's rank.
For me, this ranking is easy.
Me too. My number one's gotta be my go-to, baby. My blueberry bagel with lox. Why are you shaking your head?
It's so good, man.
It's so good, man.
Incredible.
So good. My number two is Georgia's Everything with the Asiago jalapeno spread. And then it's gonna have to come to the Hell's Kitchen egg sandwich bagel.
For me, it's gonna be
The same?
It's gonna be the everything bagel with the jalapeno spread. Then it's gonna be the Hell's Kitchen.
What?
It's good, good.
What?
And then finally, we're gonna have the blueberry bagel with the salmon lox spread. So interesting, out of this world. It's like an experience I've never had before.
What would you rank this out of 10?
I give this a solid
7 out of 10.
6.8.
That's pretty good for George because he doesn't like bagels. All right, guys, we're gonna finish up our bagels and then we're gonna walk off a little bit before we head to our New York local guided food tour in Greenwich.
All right, see you there.
Alrighty, first stop, Artichoke Pizza. This spot has delicious pizzas. Look at this photo of the original owners when they were kids. So many different slices. Everything is incredible. This one is the crab pizza. Highly recommend, very rich, but you cannot go wrong. These pizzas are definitely on the heavier side, but they are nothing short of delicious. And today we're gonna be trying the artichoke slice. This is their signature slice. And what you're seeing right here is actually 2 slices cut into 6 pieces because these slices are huge. The burst of juice from that artichoke is so good. Coming from someone who can literally just open a can of artichokes and devour the whole thing in one sitting, which George has watched me do many times.
100%.
I love the crisp on the crust and it's nice and fluffy. It is on the heavier side, but you know what? It reminds me of those days at Berkeley when we had an artichokes right next to school. Good times. Tastes like nostalgia.
That's what I was saying too, like 7 different places.
This is the only pizza on their menu that uses a double crust. So they'll do the bottom crust, they'll do another slab of dough on top, and then the sauce. Because that sauce is so thick and creamy and heavy that it would just collapse if it was just one layer of dough.
Oh my god.
Oh, you did?
It reminds me of a chicken pot pie. That crust is really thick. The filling is creamy, delicious. The crust is like fluffy and crispy at the same time. It's very decadent for sure, but it's so delicious.
Here we got the falafel sandwich with hummus, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and tahini. And this is apparently the best falafel in New York City, and this is the original Mamoun's falafel. I'm excited! I typically don't love falafel because I find it quite dry, but the first thing that our tour guide said was that this is not dry. So I have high hopes. Hot sauce, he said it's pretty spicy, but I love spice. Maybe some tahini. hot sauce is so good, and he's right. The falafel is not dry at all. Super fresh, super bright, very, very flavorful. The pita's really thin, but it encompasses and carries all the ingredients so well. This is so good, babe. You'll love this.
That's so good. The tahini's bright. It's a little bit sour. Not a lot of spice to it. I thought it was gonna be a little spicier. I'm gonna add more sauce. I also don't usually like falafel, but look how thin this is. So flavorful. The tahini is really nutty. So good. Pairs well with the spiced falafel, and the lettuce is so refreshing. It's amazing.
Oh wow. Oh, look at these fries. These are authentic Belgian fries, double fried to perfection. They have a bunch of different sauces.
The filling is so hot and steamy. You know, like when it's really wet, like boiled potato. It's like that.
Yeah,
The outside is crispy.
the outside is super crispy. Fried
Look out.
golden brown to perfection.
Look how thick these cuts are too.
So thick. Typically, I'm not the biggest fan of like thick cut fries, but this is really good. Favorite sauce so far?
They have a lot of sauces here, but our favorites were mango chutney. It's sweet, it's tart. It kind of tastes like a honey mustard a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then I really like the rosemary aioli.
The rosemary garlic
Yeah.
is really good. And then also the center, there's the truffle garlic aioli, right? Truffle mayo. It's
Yeah.
truffle mayo. I actually typically don't love truffle, but this one's really nice.
Very truffly, very deep,
truffly.
earthy flavor.
I think I like that it's so decisive. You know, so I just don't like when something's like an afterthought or like a hint of. I just like it to be like bold.
Very bold.
and powerful.
The more I eat the rosemary, the more I like it. I'm like, damn, you know, that would be a good like steak sauce.
Yeah, really good for a steak.
I really love the vibe of this place. It's very well decorated.
Feels very medieval.
Yeah, I love it.
All right.
Next stop.
Bleecker Street Pizza. This place has been on my bucket list for years, so I'm excited to finally get to try it. Sorry if the noise is a little loud, you guys.
Yeah, this is the Nonna Maria. I think that means Grandma Maria.
Yes, and they say nonas for short. Fresh tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, basil, super thin and crispy. Look, I'm picking it up, it's not even folding.
All right, cheers. Oh. It's like a cracker.
Yeah. Holy shit.
When I say it is so light and crispy, crunchy even.
He's not exaggerating.
It's crunchy.
I love how bright that tomato is, that basil. Oh my god, the fragrance it gives, so good. And I like the mealiness from the semolina. Oh my god, the tomato's so good. I love a heavily tomato pizza.
It is very tomatoey. I want to try the other flavors.
Dare I say the best pizza we've had on this New York City trip?
Oh,
I think so.
I've really enjoyed a lot of the pizza places.
Amazing. Got our sopressata. I love sopressata. The peppercorn is coming through nicely. I mean, it's delicious. What can you say? I like that it's mellow and not too pungent, but still flavorful, not too tough.
Oh, that's good. It's peppery, not too salty. It's bringing a lot of good, like a delicious cured pork flavor. It's kind of on the mellow side, actually. Like if you're not super into salami or pastrami, I think the sopressata might be for you. All right, let's try the arancini. Whoa, This is the first arancini I've had that doesn't have tomato inside. It's very good. Fluffy on the inside. I'm trying to figure out, is it like rice and white sauce? I'm not sure. It's good though. Much more light. Not as sour as the other arancini I'm used to.
We've decided to take this walking. Cheers. Whoa. That is the lightest arancini I've ever had. Super crispy on the outside. That inside is lightly cheesy, lightly creamy. And you know, I will say, my favorite part about this is that the rice is not al dente. It's fully cooked. Honestly, maybe a little overcooked, but I'm into it. I would eat that again. I do love myself red sauce, tomato sauce, but still very flavorful. Nice and herby too. All right guys, final stop of the food tour. Let's go. Time for cupcakes. All right, we got the peach cobbler, which won Molly's Cupcakes Cupcake Wars, and the Samoa, literally just because we're biased and we love Samoas. Peach cobbler, it's a vanilla cake with brown sugar streusel, cinnamon peach puree filling, topped with homemade whipped cream and a sliced peach. The top of the cupcake is like it's got a crust to it. Wow, that tastes homemade. It has like no taste of like chemicals, you know what I mean? Like when you buy cupcakes from a store or even like some other cupcake shops, you can totally taste like that chemically sweetness. This does not have that at all. It tastes so fresh. That filling is so bright, perfectly spiced. Oh my gosh, and that cream topping, it's actually too light for my taste, but everything together in a single bite, that's so good. And not too sweet.
Oh my god, it's so light. Okay, whenever I eat like a cobbler, I think it's gonna be like overly tart, overly sweet, but this one gets it perfect, just right. That cake is moist. The cream adds to the moistness. It's also not too sweet. It's amazing. I didn't get it on camera, but I had the fruit and it was amazing. It's like bursts of just tartness and freshness. Delicious. I can absolutely see how this one cupcake pours. Delicious. I can't wait to try the next one.
And then this one is the Samoa. It's a vanilla cake also, but with coconut caramel filling dipped in dark chocolate ganache, topped with the caramel buttercream. I can't wait for this one. I love Samoa's. Best Girl Scout cookie out there. If anyone agrees with me, let me know in the comments. Ho ho ho. Wow, they did the perfect amount of dipping in ganache to make it rich, but not overly rich. You know what I mean? I'm not eating this and thinking, too much. Maybe if I finish the whole thing, but like that first bite, so beautiful, so delicate, not too heavy, definitely sweeter than the peach cobbler, but this is so good. That coconut, oh my God. The cracker on top, so flaky. The combination of chocolate, coconut, that cracker, the caramel, so good. It really does taste like a Samoa in cupcake form.
This is the Samoa, my personal pick. Oh my God, that's amazing. It's got a toffee flavor to it, very caramelly, so crispy. I don't know what they're using for like that light crispiness. It also tastes like they use a darker chocolate, so it's not like overly sweet. Again, I expect this to be a very sweet cupcake, and it is much sweeter than that one is, but it's perfectly balanced, and I love the textures in here. I could eat this all day. It's a little rich, a little decadent, but I just love Samoas. They're like my favorite cookie.
All right, that wraps up our food tour. Let's head to dinner. Guys, I'm so dumb. The restaurant I booked is in Greenwich, Connecticut. So I called them and I was like, hi, I'm so sorry. I totally assumed it was Greenwich and Manhattan. I am not in Connecticut. I'm gonna have to cancel my reservation. They're like, okay, no worries. So it must be something that happens quite often. And so instead we're going to the place that we were debating between called Saigon Shack. And that one is in Greenwich, New York. It is quite hot though, babe. Are you excited to have some pho?
Oh, actually, I was eyeing the non-pho options So I am pretty excited to eat there. It looks
Okay,
like a
good.
very cozy. You know what? That makes so much more sense because the mole restaurant was like very grand looking, super extravagant, huge.
Were you like,
And,
there's no way there's space for that? in
Yeah,
Manhattan?
exactly. And then the other one looked like, you know, it's called Saigon Shack and it looks like a little shack, like, you know, like a New York City restaurant.
So funny. Starting with the spring rolls, I got steamed shrimp. There were options to do like grilled pork, but steamed shrimp is my fave, I can't lie. Pretty good. Also got myself a cucumber juice. I'm feeling very dehydrated. That's really nice. Anyway, for the spring rolls, I really like that they load up on the pickled daikon and carrots. It's super flavorful. The shrimp doesn't have much flavor, but I do like the freshness of it all.
You know, it's actually one of the most refreshing spring rolls I've had, I think. They definitely added more cucumber and pickled carrots and daikon. I think the ratio of like the pickled stuff to everything else is higher than normal. It's also got less lettuce than like I'm normally used to, but in terms of the flavor, it's very bright, very refreshing. It's good. And then the peanut sauce is like, it's like a pretty normal peanut sauce, a little bit more runny, not as thick as I'm used to, but still very good. And it tastes like the original stuff. Oh wow, it's very refreshing, very reminiscent of like a real Vietnamese drink. I'm actually very surprised. It's like, feels authentic to me. That's good, that's good. Now this is what I got. It's a passion fruit soda. Passion fruit with, I'm guessing, seltzer. This is a good stir. Oh, very bright, very sour. Actually, it could be more sour in my opinion, but it's very good. I think anybody would like this. It's perfect on a hot day like this. It's super refreshing.
Honestly, I need double sweetness, double the amount of passion fruit, but it is very good, very refreshing, very light. All right, I got the Saigon Shack pho. It's the combination pho essentially with brisket, flank, meatballs. I already added in the bean sprouts, just missing my lime here. You know, I did not see jalapeno, which is vital to my pho experience. I'm also noticing that the broth isn't as dark as I'm used to. Whoa. It is quite flavorful. It's got an herb in there that I'm not as used to having, but it is quite delicious. I'm into it. Slightly smokier than the pho that I'm used to, but very delicious. I know it's 84 degrees outside, but this is so refreshing to me right now. I think my soul needed it.
It's not the authentic pho flavor. The broth is actually missing the beef broth flavor and a lot of the more stronger pronounced flavors like star anise. It's there, but it's a little bit more subtle. That said, it is good.
Let's try the young papaya mango salad. For the dressing, you could choose between like a sesame dressing or a Vietnamese chili dressing or a gluten-free soy dressing. I got the Vietnamese chili. Oh yeah, hard, crunchy. It's got a beautiful burst of brightness and citrus, and that vinaigrette is delicious. It's got a good amount of funk, which you know I love. Very good.
They use a sour mango, which is exactly what they should have done. A younger mango with a little bit of crunch. I was a little bit afraid that the sauce is going to be too spicy, but it's actually not at all. It's got a very nice vinegariness to it. This is so refreshing. In Vietnamese, we call this dish bún chả giò. It's a very popular dish. I do like that they use a rice paper. Interesting, the crispiness, the texture, it's much more light and crispy and airy. The noodles and the fish sauce are packed with flavor, which is exactly how this dish should be. Light, but also refreshing and like just a punch in your face with the fish sauce. I would get this again.
Ooh. Oh yes. I love mine extra saucy. All right, let's try this grilled pork chop. Super flavorful. Wow, it's really nice. Not too tough. It's not like the softest grilled pork chop I've had, but it is a little more difficult to get a grilled pork chop to be super tender. Great flavor. Perfect amount of lemongrass for me, and the saltiness with the fried shallots on top. Look at the char on that shrimp. Oh yeah, I love grilled shrimp. I feel like everything is very well balanced. I'm really into it. I feel like it's living up to the hype, popular for a reason, and I think this is a perfect cap to our food tour.
Overall, I'm really glad that I came here. It's nice to explore the Vietnamese foods here in Greenwich, and also nice to find out that it's pretty close to home.
Alrighty guys, that wraps up our food tour here today in Greenwich. I feel like we have been eating quite literally all day long. All day long, but it was really delicious. We started off with bagels and then we did our food tour with artichoke pizza.
Oh, so
Oh,
big.
the falafel.
Yeah,
oh, that one was
Mamoun's.
really good. Yeah. The
Pommes
Pommes Frites, a bunch of different sauces.
Such a vibe too.
You know, and I'm a sauce girl. And then we had Bleecker Street. That was so good. And then, oh, the arancini and the sopressata.
And then we wrapped it off with Molly's Cupcakes.
So good. And of course, dinner just now at Saigon Shack. All right, babe, top 3?
Ooh, number 1, I'm gonna have to say
Bleecker Street. Yeah, so good. It was
awesome.
so good. That crust, that
crisp.
tomato.
The crunch.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Out of this world. Number 2?
Molly's.
Cute. Okay, number 3?
Saigon.
Yay, we had the same taste.
Wow.
Everything was delicious today. Honestly, my runner-up, honorable mention to that arancini. That was really good. So different, so unique, so refreshing. Another shout out to Viator. If you want to check out the exact food tour that we went on today, I'll link that in the description below. And if you want to check out any other food tours that we've been on in the past, such as Rome, Venice, Athens, and Santorini, so much to check out. I'll link those in the description as well. But thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.
See you guys.